I got a question for you, Isaac. Wait, do you want to do the intro?
Welcome to another episode of Tan Pants. Yeah, what do you want to say?
You're on a trip, Isaac.
Okay.
You're going to the beach.
I like the beach.
It's 100 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
You're driving in a car on the highway. Speed limit's 50.
Okay.
Going 50 miles an hour. How long is it going to take you to get to the beach?
How far did you say it was?
100 miles.
100 miles away. I'm going 50 miles an hour. On the highway?
On the highway.
Is it 50 all the way?
Yep,
do I
50
live
all the way. No, you can't.
Do I
it's 50 all the
live
way.
on the highway?
Sure.
Like my house is like right.
Sure.
I get on the highway.
Sure.
And the beach is like, oh, here's the end of the highway. Oh, a beach.
That's right.
Are there any other cars? No. Is it raining?
You can go 50. Full throttle 50.
Full throttle 50. Okay. Can I exceed 50?
No.
What happens if I exceed 50? Will I die?
Well, you'll get there sooner, but that's not my question.
Okay. So what was the question? Is 100 miles away and going 50 miles an hour?
Yep.
I'll get there in 2 hours.
That's right.
Was that your question?
That was my question.
That was a great question, Maxwell.
Thanks.
I'm sure our listeners enjoyed that with the most purest of joys.
All right.
Nice. Welcome to another educational edition. We've been doing research. I've been looking into this. Have you guys heard about this thing called Hollow Earth?
Yeah, I live in it.
Yeah, you live inside the Hollow Earth. You know that?
Of course. I could have told you all about it. You just didn't ask.
Okay, I'll ask. Max,
Yeah.
tell me about Hollow Earth. Explain it to me in detail.
You wouldn't understand. It's way past your pay grade.
Okay. So
This is
I know
a
about
topic.
you know about it?
This is a topic suggested by Joe Beeps on Twitter.
Joe Beeps, thanks for the question. We've been looking into this. By the time you're hearing this,
Wait.
like a lot of time has passed between you
I know.
asking and us actually answering.
Wait. This is one of our followers?
Yeah, on Twitter.
When?
This was in our timeline like 3 weeks ago. On his timeline like a month ago.
Ouch. Sorry,
Yeah.
Joe Beeps.
Yeah, we have a lot of episodes recorded.
Change your name or something. Maybe we'd answer you quicker.
No, so yeah, I've been looking at the Hollow Earth stuff, and there's some cool stuff out there, y'all.
We are in the hollow earth.
So Clay looked into it as well, so he may have a different perspective on some of these things.
What? I know I didn't.
You didn't look into it?
No,
I thought you told me. You looked at me and said, Isaac, I'm going deep into the Hollow Earth thing. I have figured out such wonders. If I come to you and say, I didn't know anything, I didn't research that, they replace me with a replica.
So I want to hear Joe Beeps' question.
Can you read the question, Josh?
Verbatim.
Oh, sure. Let me pull up the tweet. Joe Beeps at Tilson_W asks, Tan Pants, is the earth hollow? No question mark.
It wasn't a question?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's a question. This
Never
is Twitter,
mind.
so
There wasn't a
there's
question
a
mark.
margin for error. So it is a question because it's on Twitter.
Hollow Earth. The idea the Earth has been this hollow has been around forever. Ancient people have said, Earth is hollow. We know there are caves down there.
Yeah.
The Earth, you could say, technically is hollow, even by modern understanding. They say
there are hollow parts in there.
yeah, the hollow part's in there. They're saying that we have a magma thing around a hard core, so that's it's an empty space it's moving through.
For some reason, it draws things toward it.
For some reason, it makes gravity work. So, but speaking of gravity, so one of the reasons that people say the Earth is not hollow is because of gravity. And because we know how much mass the Earth has, and the Earth has this much mass and is this big, there's no room for it to be hollow.
But isn't it like anybody who studies gravity is like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works.
The whole gravity thing, like there are a lot of people who don't believe in gravity. Now, that doesn't mean they think we can float around. They don't agree on the explanation for why things fall when you drop them. The current understanding is big things attract smaller things to them.
That's it?
That's it. That's the basic premise of gravity.
Like Aunt Bertha.
Aunt Bertha, you will be drawn a little bit to Aunt Bertha when you're standing near her.
That's awkward.
It is very awkward. It's also why gravity isn't true, because that ain't true.
Yeah, nobody does that.
Before I get to that, let me tell you why some big scientists thought the Earth was hollow back in the day. So, have you guys heard of Edmund Halley?
Edmund Halley?
Edmund Halley. He's the
Nope.
guy who the Halley's Comet is named after.
Oh, wow.
He's the guy who figured out the comet's path and timed it like it'll be around us every 70 or whatever. And he was right. He correctly did that. There is a difference between true north and magnetic north. True north is if you look at a globe, all those lines going up, the latitude lines.
Yeah.
Latitude lines all go up, meet at the pole.
Right.
That is true north. Magnetic north theoretically should also be there, but it's not. Magnetic north fluctuates.
Oh, wow.
It actually moves around. So when sailors were, navigating seas, especially farther up north, they would have trouble sometimes because their compass would not point to true north. It would point to magnetic north. And so Haley was like, why is it that magnetic north is moving? Why does it fluctuate? So he theorized that there was something in the earth that was moving, that was causing the magnetic field to move around too. So his theory was the earth was hollow and it had basically 3 smaller earths inside of it, and they're all rotating. And they're all rotating pretty much on the same axis as the earth, but with slight variations. So one's a little bit wobbly.
What you're explaining to me, if I can put it in the light of simple minds, it's a fidget spinner.
Did you call our audience simple?
I'm calling myself simple.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait.
a fidget spinner.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Are the tiny Earths also hollow?
Yes, they contain each other.
Wait, what? So it's Russian nesting dolls.
It's Russian nesting dolls inside the planet. Now,
So is that why whenever you put 2 mirrors together, you just see an infinite reflection of mirrors?
no, that's because there's a multiverse and one of them wants to kill you. But he's always like 70 back. He can't really hurt you. But
70?
If you
Okay.
look
Oh.
really close to the 70th reflection, he's freaking out.
Oh.
He really wants to get at
I guess
you.
I never looked that deep.
Yeah, don't look that deep into a mirror. The idea in the scientific community for the Earth being hollow started with this guy. Now, later people decided, it's not really that. There's something is moving. It's actually all the magnetic, it's the molten core of nickel or whatever that's in there moving around. That makes it shift around. So people say he was kind of right because there's something down there that's moving. But what if he was even more right than we give him credit for?
More writer.
More right. So the thing that made them say that he was incorrect was the mass of the Earth. So mass is different from weight. How
Yes.
much something weighs is different from its mass. You could have a really dense object that's small, that's really heavy, and heavier than something that's bigger. Or
Right.
a bowling ball versus a basketball. The bowling ball is heavier because it has more mass in there, where the bowling ball has less mass, even though it takes up more space.
The basketball.
The basketball does. So people used to think the Earth was like a basketball. It didn't have that much mass, is what they said.
Yeah, but it ain't bouncing around.
It also ain't bounced around. So they had to figure out the mass of the Earth. I looked up on Scientific American of how they figured out, the mass of the Earth. I just typed in how much does the Earth weigh? How do we know how much the Earth weighs?
Right.
And the article was written by Barry Leinhart. He's a geophysicist from the University of Hawaii. And he begins by saying, we start by determining the mass of the Earth. Okay. Isaac Newton's law of universal gravitation tells us that the force of attraction between 2 objects is proportional to the product of their masses, divided by the square of the distance between their centers of mass.
That's Weird Al.
The Weird Al song, yeah, that's where Weird Al got
Oh.
that.
Okay.
Weird Al didn't come up with that by
Yeah,
himself.
I know.
Weird Al.
That's
No.
where I heard it from.
So he says, because we know the radius of the Earth, equator, they can use the law of universal gravitation to calculate the mass of the Earth in terms of gravitational force at the Earth's surface, using the radius of the Earth as its distance. The way he's saying that we know how much the Earth weighs is he's saying we understand how gravity works. This explanation only works if gravity works like we all agree that it works.
But what if somebody doesn't agree that it works that way? Then his whole theory is broken?
It basically, we'd have to find a new way to understand how things weigh and how, that works.
Okay.
So the reason that people believe that a large mass attracts a smaller mass is because A, Newton said it did, and it was proven by a guy named Cavendish.
By sitting under a tree and the thing hit his head.
No.
Oh.
So Cavendish came up with an experiment, and he said, if I have a giant lead ball and I have a smaller lead ball, and I hang them next to each other on an oscillating beam. So imagine that you have a toothpick, and on either side of the toothpick is an olive.
Okay.
Now imagine you have another toothpick, kind of crisscrossing, making an X. And on that other toothpick, you have 2 extra tiny olives.
Okay.
And you put it on a piece of string that you put a little twist in it, so it'll naturally go,
Rotate.
not rotate, oscillate.
Oscillate.
Rotation is a complete 180.
So
Oscillate
it's
is
just going
movement
like
in between.
it's just going back and forth.
Back and forth, barely moving.
So like a fan, an oscillating fan.
Yeah, like an oscillating fan.
I got
And
you.
so he put these lead balls in this garden shed he built. He built this massive garden shed, and he had everyone back way up away from it.
Why did it have to be massive? Because these balls were massive.
Because the balls were massive.
Are you
And
saying he had massive balls?
the guy had access to massive balls that he owned,
Man.
and he kept them in his garden shed. So for this experiment to work, the lead balls need to be away from anything else that could affect the gravity.
Okay.
So if the way gravity works like we think it does, you walking by can mess it up because you have gravity.
What?
Yeah, everything has a little bit of gravity.
So now we're sounding a little bit like Yoda here.
Yeah, it's a little Yoda.
Yoda's like, it's in us, it's around us, it's in everything.
Gravity.
Use the force
The
of
life.
gravitation.
Life, these trees, they make it stronger.
Mm-hmm. So in the flat Earth world, in the hollow Earth world, they throw a lot of shade at the Cavendish experiment
Because of his massive balls.
because of his massive balls, and it's very hard to replicate.
Well, right. Obviously.
So let me tell you what the experiment showed, supposedly.
Okay.
So he had two holes in the garden shed,
Okay.
and he had a telescope far away. He would look through the telescope, and he would mark how far the lead balls would oscillate. And he figured out it would get a little bit close to the big lead ball, like by a little teeny tiny amount. He's like, gravity, it worked.
But what about wind?
There was no wind. It was an enclosed area.
Come on.
But of course, heat may have had something to do with it because it says here
Or
that he did it for,
mag-
how long did he observe it? Hang on.
What's a little bit? What are we talking? Little bit.
Little bit.
Like
So,
just barely anything?
It was from 1797 to 1798.
So like a year.
Yeah.
He spent a year watching these lead balls oscillate in this little garden shed.
Wow.
So it was he had a lot of data.
Are you sure he didn't just make this up because it was hurting his eyes?
That is a possibility. It is a possibility this guy's totally lying.
Because
Now, a lot of the scientific community will say, no way, this is gospel.
it sounds like to me, like for instance, if I were to conduct the same experiment to find out how much sugar was in a honey bun, I'd be like, you see, every day for a year, I go to the vending machine, I put in $1, right?
Yeah.
$1. Depending on the time and the temperature of which the honey bun drops from the vending machine, I open the package, I lick that sucker, and it's 50 grams every single time.
Amazing. Well, he was a little bit more scientific than that.
Yeah, but come on, you see what I'm saying? Like, it makes no sense. To me, anyways, it makes no sense.
Well, it makes sense to me because what he's looking at, he had the lead balls, they were oscillating, and he built a kind of like a ruler, like a big ruler, so he could
Okay.
look at and he could see where on the ruler the ball was, and it was always a little bit closer to the lead ball than away, is what he said. So he used that to say that the lead ball was attracting the smaller lead ball. So that was the first gravitational experiment that supposedly
Because of the balance.
not because
the
of the
X.
balance.
The X balance was just kind of closing in like
Well, the
this.
X balance had to be perfect.
But it was perfect, and you said it was just drawing closer towards the big one.
Yes.
Very slightly. Like this. Look at my arms.
Yes, but
that?
less than that.
Like just...
Is less than that.
What?
Like
Then it didn't
almost-
even move.
Well,
This guy's making this stuff up. I want to see at least like this, right?
people have tried to replicate this experiment, and it is impossible.
What? You can't just say that. You can't just say it's impossible because this guy hundreds of years ago did it. And
Some
he was
people
the only one who
claim
could do it.
Some people claim to have made another one of these things, But then everyone's like, are you messing with it? Is it real?
I don't believe it. I automatically don't believe it.
It's very hard. So this experiment pretty much has never been replicated.
What's the
again.
guy's name?
His name was Henry Cavendish.
Henry Cavendish. You're full of crap.
Why can't we conduct this experiment today with like lasers?
You could. It's just very hard to balance these lead
Or-
balls. The other experiment they did was they went to a mountain. They found a mountain that was pretty symmetrical.
Okay.
This is a totally different group of people, different time, and they had a pendulum. And they looked at how, if any difference in the pendulum moving around the mountain, and they found the pendulum was like thousandth of a thousandth of a thousandth, was a little bit closer to the mountain whenever they were near the mountain.
But wouldn't that, people could argue a magnetic pull too.
I think they used something else, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So all these experiments are very hard to do. It's very hard to prove that gravity exists. And that's why a lot of people don't believe in gravity.
There you go. I'm with whoever put together this article. I don't believe in it.
Oh, I'm not reading an article. I'm just going through the stuff.
Oh, then I believe in you.
Thank you, Max. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, if gravity is in question, which I think it should be, I'm fine if you think gravity is real. I also think we should also have the assumption that gravity may not be real. Or, that's the wrong way of saying it. We should all have the assumption that gravity may not work like we think it does.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be so sure that this is how it works.
Right.
Now, if gravity doesn't work that way,
Yep.
hollow Earth is definitely possible. Because the thing that disproved hollow Earth was gravity telling us the mass of the Earth was too high for it to be hollow.
I know how gravity works.
Clay knows.
The entire world is like a pizza, and there's a pizza guy delivering the pizza. He's going up the stairs, pulling the Earth down. But this is like a fourth-dimensional pizza man with a fourth-dimensional pizza.
He controls all gravity?
Yeah,
So gravity is controlled by his up and down movement.
yeah.
So when he's moving up, we're all moving down because we're on the pizza.
But even when he's moving down, we move down with it because it's a fourth-dimensional pizza.
Are we the pizza?
Yes.
So the Earth is flat
No,
and has layers because
no,
it's
it's
pizza.
a fourth-dimensional pizza. It's an unimaginable shape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't imagine it.
Well, speaking of unimaginable shapes, there's a more interesting theory than the hollow. I'll talk about hollow Earth again next week. Some other things about it.
Oh, wait,
now that I've proved the
part
hollow
two.
Earth could not
I
prove.
think I understand what Clay was saying. Sorry,
Yeah?
not to cut you off, but every time the pizza man takes a step, that's exactly when you drop something, right? So we drop something, the pizza man's stepping, and it's already fallen.
Does this pizza man
what I'm
have an
saying?
infinite amount of legs?
Sure.
Yeah.
This is frightening pizza man.
Why would he have an infinite number of
You
legs?
you got a problem with legs?
I got a problem with infinite amount of legs on one person.
How do you know he's walking up some stairs?
How do you know there's stairs?
Fourth dimensional stairs.
How do you know
it's a pizza?
How do you know he's got a pizza? How do you know he's a man?
Listen, I just know, okay?
He's wearing a hat.
Have you
Says
ever
pizza
seen?
man?
Have you ever seen a pizza woman?
Yes.
What? Delivering pizza? A girl?
I think, yeah, one time.
Have
Yeah.
you ever seen a girl pizza deliverer?
That's kind of dangerous, isn't
A
it?
girl pizza deliverer?
I have, yeah. I
You have?
yeah. Long time
Did
ago.
she give you pizza?
She gave us pizza, yeah. We ordered the
For
pizza
real?
from her. Yeah.
Oh. Wait, you were at the pizza store?
No, I think this is like back in Texas. This is a long time
She
ago.
delivered it to your door.
To our door, yeah.
It was a lady?
I think so. I think one time it was a lady.
Huh.
Maybe you were so young and you were confused. It was
I
just
was young,
a guy with
confused.
long-
I bet you-
It was a guy with long hair. Oh, it's a woman.
There you go.
I just didn't know. But so that's now that I've shown that there is space for Hollow Earth to exist in. Next week I'll talk about all the different kinds of Hollow Earth, including the Hollow Moon.
Whoa.
Well, if the Earth is hollow, why not the moon?
Why not?
Why not every planet?
Why not? Who says the planets are even there?
I mean,
Yeah.
think about it.
I mean,
In nature,
Clay's like, no, come on.
you could see them with the telescope.
How do
I
you
mean,
know they're planets?
just think-
What if they're just smudges?
in nature, in a lot of things around,
Yeah,
what is really truly solid?
that's true. When you get down to the molecular, when you get down to the teeny tinies,
It's all holes.
it's all hollow.
It's
That's
like
right.
like 99.999% nothing.
So yeah,
much.
tune in next week to hear all the different kinds of Hollow Earth because they're different flavors, and they're all tasty.
Oil rigs,
Mhm.
they drill down about 35,000 feet. That's
Whoa.
like 6 point something miles. It's pretty far.
Pretty far.
How thick is the crust?
Well,
do they say?
I think that Haley, the Haley's Comet guy, he said he thought the Earth's crust was.
Well, you see how thick the crust is depends on how they ordered it.
Yeah.
I think now I could be wrong, but I think Edmund Haley said the Earth's crust was 200 miles thick.
200 miles.
That's just the crust to get to the next level.
Wow. That's actually very, very thick.
It's very, very thick. Now that it may have been 20. It was 20 or 200. Future Isaac will come in and on the screen tell you, if you guys are watching the video podcast, exactly the number.
Well, I was just saying, like, modern day oil rigs, at least 6 miles they drill down.
That's crazy.
6 miles. That's pretty
As I was researching this, I looked up a lot of stuff about caves. Mm-hmm. Caves are crazy. I'll talk about that a little next week too. When we talk about all the different hollow earths.
I like caves.
Caves are, oh, dude.
Could we talk about that, like while playing Minecraft?
Is it kind of like
cave?
Minecraft? How
so
it's
we
just
can like get
infinite?
really into the topic.
Well, the one video I saw, this guy, he took a lot of information about caves from a bunch of different sources, and one thing that a lot of people mention independently of themselves, you know, they're not talking and saying, say this. They come up with this on their own. The way that caves are built and the way that caves form and the way that people explore them, everyone says the size of the cave, the shape of the cave, feels like it was made for people to walk through.
That's crazy.
There are certain areas where they do have to crawl, and there are areas where people can't get stuck. But the vast majority of the cave, as they're walking, exploring, they feel like it was literally made for a person to walk through.
Yeah.
I think that just goes back to the dwarves.
The dwarves?
Mining.
Yeah.
They're just mining away.
Us dwarves are mining away. Should we make it dwarf size? No, make it a little bit bigger than a dwarf.
There you go, because you need to at least fit two of those munchkins on
Yeah, on their shoulders.
their shoulders, you know?
So, Max, you said you had an amazing thing to talk about. You
Yes.
said he has an amazing. I can't wait to hear it.
Isaac, everybody, Josh, Clay, straight face.
Josh, you listening?
Yep.
Straight face. Number 2, Winger, 16,999 Swiss Army knife giant. Changed my life.
I had a lot of trouble following that.
Did you say
It's a long,
giant
weird.
Swiss Army
Okay,
knife?
it's a long, weird title for
freaking Swiss Army knife saved my life.
changed my life.
Changed. Okay, sorry.
Received this knife as a gift for my 18th birthday. Wish I had known what it was, because as soon as I touched it, I grew a mustache, became a Navy SEAL. Mom fainted. My dad laughed and handed me a beer. I was born a girl.
What?
What?
These are weird Amazon reviews
Oh.
for certain products.
How big is the knife?
Look at it.
I can't see that.
It's like
Oh,
if you
it's
went to
not
Subway.
big.
It's like if you
Oh.
went to Subway and got a like an extra large double foot
Now
along
look.
with extra mayonnaise.
Audio listeners, when you think giant Swiss Army knife, it's not like an enlarged Swiss Army knife. It's a regular size Swiss Army knife, but instead of
Extra
it
layers.
being bigger,
Instead of it being-
has more layers and more utilities on it to where it just gets really long.
Instead of it being reasonably sized.
Yeah.
It almost looks like an accordion of Swiss Army knives.
So, our audio listeners, jump over to YouTube to see the video version of this to see what we're talking about.
There you go.
Hey.
Number 2, Winger, 16,999 Swiss Army knife giant.
16,000? That's not real.
16,000. No, that's not the price. That's just
Wait.
like a number.
No, the attachments. That's how many
What?
attachments? That's not real. 16,000 attachments?
16,999 Swiss Army knife giant.
So it's number 2. So that means there's another.
There's the first one.
Well, I think the first one was. Oh, the first one. I forgot to read.
The first one was like, this is pretty good, but I think we can make it even more.
The first one wasn't as fun.
unreasonable.
The first one wasn't as fun. It was like a Bic pen for her. A Bic pen for her. Medium ballpoint pen.
For women?
Yeah, for women. And the review is, this is all on Amazon.
Okay.
I don't know if these are faked, but they're funny. My husband has never allowed me to write, as he doesn't want me touching men's pens. However, when I saw this product, I decided to buy it using my pocket money.
All caps.
Yes. And so far, it has been fabulous. Once I had learned to write, the feminine color and the grip size, which is more than suited to my delicate little hands, has enabled me to vent my thoughts about new recipe ideas, sewing, and gardening. My husband is less pleased with this product as he believes it will lead to more independence.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Anyways,
All right.
number 3 is where is my baby's belly button?
This is like a game.
A lift the flap book. It's a children's book.
Okay, yeah.
A lift the flap to find the belly button.
A lift the flap book.
Now,
Where is baby's belly button? This person gave it 1 star. Do not buy this book. You can see the ending right on the cover. This book is completely misleading. The entire plot revolves around finding the baby's belly button. The title makes this much clearer from the beginning. However, there is no mystery. There is no twist. The baby's belly button is right where it's supposed to be. On the baby's stomach. Right where it clearly shows you. On the cover of the book.
You baby children.
This
book
person
makers
was-
need to be taking notes.
This person had to vent a little bit. He didn't like it.
like the publisher's like, we need a book for babies now. Idea, the belly buttons. Oh, you're approved. Here's $15. Make it.
Okay, number 4. The WMA blue Amazon Kindle waterproof case cover protective bag pouch.
For
This person gives it 5 stars.
This is a book cover for Kindle or
No, it's a waterproof case for a Kindle.
Okay,
But
so
it's like a fancy plastic bag.
like when I'm really, really into what I'm reading, like I gotta take a shower because I'm reading for 6 hours. I know. I'll put my Kindle in this bag and read in the shower.
So here's the review. 5 stars. Hoping it'd be crap. Her Kindle would slip out and electrocute her. Got this for my mother-in-law for bath time.
No.
Hoping it would be crap. Her Kindle would slip out and electrocute her.
Oh no.
So far, this thing is staying in one piece. Great for waterproofing Kindle. Crap for murders.
Wow. What's the guy's username?
It's murder proof.
Murder proof?
It's good.
It doesn't give you. Oh, Ben Harrison.
Ben Harrison, you're on the list now.
That's right.
Benji boy.
Find Ben Harrison on Twitter.
I know what it's for though. It's for like you weigh like 500 pounds.
Okay.
You're taking your kids to the water park. You can't go on any of the rides. You weigh too much.
Yeah.
So you
'cause-
just got to sit in the lazy river for like 5 hours while your kids go have fun.
So this is number 8. The Haribo sugar-free gummy bears 5-pound bag.
Oh, I've heard about that. I've actually read this before. Yes, I have.
This is 1 star. Just don't. Unless it's a gift from someone you hate. Oh man, words cannot express what happened to me after eating these. For taste, I would rate these a 5. So good. Soft. True to taste. I was a happy camper. Like sugary goodness, I was a happy camper. But, or should I say, but.
Oh, no. The other
he did
butt.
it. Oh no.
He did.
That's something I would do when I was 5.
Not long after eating about 20 of these, all hell broke loose.
That means he had to go somewhere.
That means he had the potties.
Yeah.
He did. He stood up and said, oh, I got the potties. Oh. And he ran away.
It's like, oh no, I'm gonna write an Amazon review about this
I
later.
got to go to Amazon.
He says, cramps, sweating, bloating beyond my worst nightmare. I've had food poisoning from some bad shellfish, and that was almost like a skip in the park compared to what is going on inside of me. Then came the flatulence.
He made Clay laugh.
Made Clay.
He said flatulent.
The sound like trumpets calling the demons back to hell. The stench like 1,000 rotten corpses vomited. It could
Wow.
stand to say. Oh man, this is hard. I can't.
So it was bad.
Can I read the rest?
Sure.
Hand it to Josh. Josh is our professional reader.
Then came the flatulence. Heavens to Mortigord. The sounds like a trumpet's calling the demons back to hell. The stench like 1,000 rotten corpses vomited. I couldn't stand to stay in one room for fear of suffocating from my own odors. But wait, there's more. What came out felt like someone tried to funnel Niagara Falls through a coffee straw. I swear. Hold on, I skipped a line. Vomiting a torrential flood of toxic waste. 100% liquid. Flammable liquid. Napalm. It was actually a bit humorous for a nanosecond.
For a moment.
I know what that means.
This is kind of
when
funny.
you're really hurt and then you laugh for like a nanosecond. You're like, oh no, this hurts.
Oh, boy.
Just as it was beyond anything I could imagine possible. The next line is all caps. And it went on for hours. No. Early morning of the next day, there was stuff coming out of me that I ate at my wedding in 2005. I had 5 pounds of these innocent-looking
5 pounds?
What?
5 pounds?
God, find your problem.
He said he ate 20.
I heard 20. Had 5 pounds of these innocent-looking, delicious-tasting hellberries. So I told a friend about what happened to me, thinking it had to be some kind of sensitivity I had to these sugar substitute. And in spite of my warnings and graphic descriptions, she decided to take her chances and take them off my hands. Silly woman. All the same for her, and a phone call from her while on the toilet, because you kind of end up living in the bathroom for a spell.
Yeah, the sugar substitute ain't good.
Yeah. Well, what they do is they find something that tastes really sweet,
Yeah?
but is so incompatible with your body that it can't digest it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Man, don't buy those.
Don't buy those.
Bad.
Sugar-free gummy bears, man. Oh, boy. Sugar-free. I can eat as many as I want.
Imagine looking
Yeah.
through Amazon and seeing sugar-free gummy bears. It's like, I'm a buy.
Oh, it's a solid buy
So, like,
for me.
Bye.
as long as you don't eat like 5 pounds,
5 pounds of them.
like have some self-control.
Right.
Self-control,
Like, they
my
must have been
dude.
big for 20 of them to equal 5 pounds.
Well, I wonder if that's like a... imagine the CIA like captures like a terrorist guy, and the terrorist, I'll never talk. Oh, yeah? We're not going to feed you for 3 days. It's like, that's fine. And 3 days later, he's like, I'm really hungry. Like, okay, we'll give you some food because, you know, it's immoral for us not to give you food. So here you go. And they give him
gives
like, all
him
these
gummy
gummy bears. And the guy's like, oh,
Gummy bears!
yes! Score! Stupid Americans. And he eats them all. And then, yeah, he tells them everything later. He's like, please give me some Pepto-Bismol.
So, that was good.
Yeah.
But the final one I have here,
That's great.
number 9, the overhead rubber penguin mask, happy feet, and
All right.
fancy dress.
Wait.
I will show you a picture.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
All right, yeah.
So, you know, like that rubber horse head, but penguin version.
Penguin, yeah.
The review is 4 stars. I wear this mask to sing lullabies to my children.
Right.
It says, I wear this mask to sing lullabies to my children. They are terrified of the mask. Whenever they protest about their bedtime or ask for too many sweets, I whip it out. They soon know who is the penguin king.
Oh,
That's
wow.
it. That's it.
Wow.
Indisputable.
Oh.
So, guys, this goes to show, buy more weird things on Amazon and leave funny reviews.
You'll make the world a
you
better
make people
place.
happy.
Everyone loves that.
Welcome to Therapy Sessions with Max. Clay, when you find yourself alone, sitting down with a bag of chips, what goes through your head? What kind of things are you thinking about?
Probably how good the chips taste.
Simple mind. I like that. It keeps men like me and you alive for a short amount of time. Let me spice things up. Okay. I'm going to say a few words and you're going to complete the sentence, okay? I wish my dad wore
Khakis.
more often. All right?
I like the flow.
I hope you had a great
Day.
afternoon at the... Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. Wait till I'm done. I hope you had a good afternoon at the...
The show.
My dearest...
Friend.
I love...
Cookies.
Well played. You walked through that one like a ballerina in a minefield, my friend.
I don't think ballerinas walk through minefields.
It's all right.
I'm sure at one point one did.
Haven't you seen Cinderella Man?
Yes.
Grandma, my
Cat.
Are you still playing the finish the sentence game? Or are you trying to start something different?
I don't know. I'm trying to spice things up. Okay. All right. Enough of this. If you had a singular hot potato, what are your first go-to to put on it?
Probably-
Like a baked potato. What do you go for? Are you a cheese guy? Are you a sour cream guy?
Butter.
You just go butter.
Butter.
You straight slap it right on.
Yeah.
Just butter.
Just butter. Well, if I'm only getting one thing, butter's good.
No, sky is the limit, my friend.
Well, I can do anything.
Anything you want.
All right, so butter, salt, pepper, cheese, and some turkey.
Would you ever go tuna?
No.
Never.
Tuna has mercury in it.
Not even if it was a spicy jalapeno mixed up by the finest of grandmas. Brought to you by your mailman. You wouldn't slap that on there?
The tuna?
Yes.
No. No.
Mailman tuna is probably the worst tuna.
Okay, maybe that was a mistake. And maybe I should stop eating that. But, okay. People really want to know you, Clay. People want to know where you're going. Let's talk a week from now. What are you doing?
Probably working on my boat.
Okay. Like a submarine?
It's from last episode.
You weren't here.
It's okay. I'm
Yeah,
not.
I got to do the floor on it.
Oh, okay. How about a month? A month from now. What are you doing? You're outside. Flip flops. What are you holding?
Probably a shovel.
What's in your pocket, Clay? What's in your pocket?
Probably my phone.
I like this guy. He's a simple man. Do you feel better about yourself?
Yeah.
My job is done.
So, Clay, what you got? I heard you got something nice and spicy for us.
Nice and spicy, like
Rice and
maybe like a banana pepper. Not too spicy.
I like banana peppers.
A little sweet.
On salad, yeah, they're great.
All right. So my story goes back to Vietnam.
All the way back to Nam.
back to Nam.
Yeah. It's about the first time they tried to use night vision goggles.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Now,
That was the first time they tried night vision. Was it Vietnam?
I bet you there was a dude back in like a classical era who figured it out and died and didn't pass it on.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you it's been discovered a couple times.
It's called eating carrots.
Eating carrots. I heard that's not actually true. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole podcast right there.
But this, we will extract all vitamin K from your body.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We'll see how you are in a year.
Yeah.
Okay, but this story, I got it off of High Strangeness.
Okay.
So it's
Was
likely,
that a subreddit?
yeah.
Right.
So it's likely fake.
Yeah.
Very likely. So the guy's talking about it. He said that his dad was a soldier that served in the Korean War. And then after that, which was one of the worst wars to be in, like as a soldier.
The Korean War?
Yeah, it was like freezing cold and they were low on supplies always. And they're like, well, we got to take out your kidney. We don't have any anesthetics. And yeah, all the physicians are dead. So you just got Randy over here with the
And
chainsaw.
he's going to use his hands.
He's got a
Like he always does.
he's got a spoon.
And he also has dibs to eat your kidney because he's very hungry.
Like he always does.
Yeah.
Didn't
So-
you talk? I think you talked about this or one of our first podcasts. Get
What?
people using Tootsie Rolls,
Yeah.
to like patch tires,
It was
Patch
fuel.
gas-
it was fuel
gas
lines.
lines.
fuel lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so cold out that they could actually chew up the stuff to make it gooey.
Yeah.
Stick it on and it would freeze and it would
Oh, yeah.
it would cause
Nice.
Yeah, it was cold in Korea.
yeah
Yeah.
it's
And
freezing.
so he went through all of that, all of the stuff of the Korean War and said, you know what? I think I want more.
You know what? Second helping time.
Vietnam.
I'm at the war buffet with my tray. I'm eating all these Tootsie Rolls and kidneys. Here I am. I'm like, I'm still hungry. What's that over there? Vietnam?
Still
Fire?
hungry for vengeance.
Let's do the opposite. Let's do hot. Let's do hot jungle.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going.
Okay.
Anyway, so he got promoted up to officer because, he'd served for so long.
Yeah.
And they really liked guys like that had served multiple wars.
Thank you for coming back again.
Yeah. So they let him, as captain of a team, be part of the experiment for the first goggles.
Nice.
Okay.
The first pair. Okay, so
Were they huge, like Apple's first iPod?
I don't know. They didn't really show any photos. But they had to send them back because they were all awful.
They didn't work.
Because you see,
They suck.
when you have night vision goggles, what do you see when you put them on?
Green, maybe?
Green.
Or
Do you know why?
Infrared. Why? Because of the low light and the green backlight that they put. It's like video game stuff, you know?
You see, with green, it's actually like our eyes are developed to find things in nature. There's a lot of green in nature, so we have the widest spectrum of shades of green
I didn't know that.
when compared to other colors. And so for the first ones, they used red.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 3D, like those little glasses that you get at the movie theater.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they would come in your little cereal box and you have a little free DVD.
You want to go see Avatar with me in December?
No.
Avatar 2?
Is it in 4D?
It's going to be in all the Ds, man.
Hey.
The things I'm reading about it, I'm intrigued by it.
I bet you there's some night
He's
vision.
been in the ocean. He's probably like,
That's
missing
true.
a couple.
He's probably like, dude, I saw things. I got 5
The
fingers.
actors were certified to free dive, and some of them got up to like 5 minutes underwater holding their breath.
Whoa.
Is
acting.
that impressive?
That's very impressive.
Because I know that would be impressive for me to do that. But an average diver, is that impressive?
The girl from Titanic is in it.
Yeah.
She could hold her breath for 6 minutes.
Well, of course she can.
Wow.
She's from Titanic. Duh.
All right, but back to the story. So they used red,
Right.
Yeah.
and they kept having problems with it because when they put them on, they'd only give them to the gunners. The rule was, officers, you do not wear these. Pilots, do not wear these. Only the gunners are going to wear these.
Because we don't care about their eyes.
Yeah, do not put these on at all. And so as they were flying through the air, one of the guys, he had him on, he started freaking out and he started shooting his gun just randomly into nothingness. And it basically was randomly into nothingness, but there was another helicopter over there and he started shooting at it and it messed up their whole formation.
Wait, he hit an allied helicopter?
Yeah, because he was freaking out.
Oh, why was he?
They-
Why would you give?
they
Why would
stopped
you
the
give
guy.
goggles to a freak out?
Well, this happened to everyone they gave the goggles to.
Wow.
They took the goggles off the guy and his eyes were super dilated and he was freaking out.
Wow.
So it hurt your eyes?
Not quite.
No.
Well, what happened with all these gunners is apparently they got so like freaked out by it and they didn't want to talk about what was going on with it. And so they got like discharged because it's like, dude, you're crazy.
What?
It made them crazy?
Just about. But guess what the dad did?
What did he do?
He put the goggles on.
What did he see?
He saw what?
Demons.
That's exactly what he saw.
Seriously?
He said that he saw winged demons flying around, that they were on top of trees and they were flying around. And basically, when you put them on, what happened is anyone who put them on, the demons would immediately know that you can see them now. They could sense that you could see them.
Are you making this up?
The guy might be making it up.
It's like Frodo.
Frodo putting on the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Like that they would be pointing at them and be like, hey, like in a group, like, hey, what's going on? Let's go. And then they start flying towards them and people start freaking out because like there's demons attacking me.
Wow, that's freaky.
Yeah. And so
They saw. It was like that movie Spiderwick.
Spiderwick, yeah, with the rock.
Oh, that's
The
right.
fucking goblins spit in their eyes and they
Yeah,
could see the other goblins.
That's right. Whoa. Now, I'm going to poke a couple holes in this. If the government knows, only he wears the thing, the gunner. If the goal was to see in the dark, I think seeing demons is not quite what they wanted
Seeing
to
into
do
another
in the
dimension.
war.
Actually, I think seeing demons is exactly what they wanted.
I mean, seeing
how do you know
demon-
they were demons? They could have just been angels. Angels could just look like that.
well, seeing scaries. They saw scaries.
Yeah, they saw scary.
Seeing scaries anywhere else, I think that's a good experiment. Yeah, we'll send you to go see scaries, but not in Vietnam. We're trying to win a war. You don't want to mix in seeing scaries with the gunners shooting at enemy.
Wow.
Well, he said he thought it might be because, they already had one enemy in Vietnam. They didn't need another one. Yeah. And
So did the guy who developed these goggles, did he know about the demons?
I don't know.
I mean, the instructions they gave sounds like they were aware.
So you're saying if I put on red goggles, will I see demons?
No, they need the special goggles that make your eyes super dilated.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's why they switched to green. Was because with green,
Yeah.
you don't see it. So it's like they exist in a different wavelength of light.
So you're saying if I walk outside completely normal and then start waving my arms crazy,
They
I
think
might,
they'll see.
I
they
might
see-
accidentally hit one
Maybe.
as it flies by.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe you can't interact with it because you can't perceive it.
If I perceive,
That's true.
It's just like seeing the atom.
Yep.
And it's not there till you look at it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, the scaries were just like, wait, we exist. Who's looking at us?
Oh, yeah, because they
Or
can
maybe-
tell they're being looked at.
Yeah.
Or maybe vice versa. And he was like, hey, this guy just appeared out of nowhere. What the freak? And they started attacking him.
You're like, whoa, we're here in Vietnam eating these dumplings.
Like, dude, we're just flying.
Who's that guy floating? He's in there floating real fast.
What the heck does he
Yeah.
What in the world?
He's blowing up fire at us.
Let's go talk to him. Maybe he's got the secret of life or something.
Yeah. So one of the things that he said that he saw was like that one of them jumped off a tree and it was shaking because of how heavy he was. And then he took the goggles off. The tree wasn't even moving. It was unfazed.
Whoa. But multiple people saw like the same kind of
I like this theory.
Yeah. So they switched to green, but UFO hunters and ghost hunters, they
Use
constantly
green.
they constantly use infrared goggles because they're like, you can't see it. Even at nighttime when you can still see, you can't see it. You got to use this infrared stuff, this
'cause
night vision stuff.
It's a different wavelength.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Interesting.
That is, I've never thought about that because night vision goggles literally are helping you see a different wavelength.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because the wave,
technically.
then it says we're going to mathematically change this wavelength into green. So you'll
Right.
see. this
What about
wavelength.
yellow? What the heck is in yellow?
Who knows?
What's in
Dogs? Just random dogs.
It's dogs everywhere.
Dogs. I hate dogs.
This is why New York City smells.
Yeah. And a long time ago, I did have a dream.
Did you?
Yeah. It was an interesting dream. It was a scary dream.
Scariest.
I remember it was like there was like a giant tree and I was on the limb
Okay.
with some friends.
Oh, Avatar.
We were going into like a tavern.
Avatar.
Avatar.
We were like in a band.
Avatar.
The band.
And when I looked over, I saw another guy on a tree and he was just watching things, just chilling, pretty happy. And then as soon as I started looking at him, I'm like, something seems strange about this guy. But as soon as I really looked at him, he all of a sudden realized I could see him.
Oh, wow.
I could like sense that he realized I could see him and he got really upset.
Oh, yeah.
I was just kind of like, oh no, go continue with the dream.
Let's continue with this dream.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like,
And-
did you know it was a dream at that point?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just something. I'm just like, oh, just gotta go.
I mean,
Avoid
like,
it. You can't see
even
me.
like paranormal activity.
My favorite video game, Paranormal Activity.
It's a trivia about paranormal activity.
I love it so much.
Those guys. What do you call those guys that hunt?
Paranormal investigators.
There you go. Those guys. They actually say something that's sort of like this. They say once you actually start paying attention to the whatever it may be,
To the spooky.
to the spooky, then things start becoming real.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you're giving it more attention, and then it's like
Because
becomes whatever.
they're narcissists.
Possibly
And want attention. Not the investigators, but whatever they're looking at.
the spooky.
They go, oh, attention. Do more things. Get more attention.
The spooky.
yeah. So that's what makes me think maybe there is something to it. Because
Well, stay tuned for Hollow Earth Part 2 when I talk about all that stuff.
Yes, there's freaky stuff involved with.
Oh, yes.
no way!
There's all the
Oh, yeah.
freaky stuff you could imagine. Like, Hollow Earth,
Yeah.
There's some stuff to talk about. Like
Sweet.
like real stuff. Okay, Josh, bring us the news.
Bring us the news.
For $34.99, the girl purchases one of those old Roman pearl heads.
I saw that marble head. Yeah,
marble head. Yeah,
It was
nearly 2,000 years old. She buys it for like $34.
It was at Goodwill.
Yeah, it was at Goodwill.
She bought a Roman bust at Goodwill for $34. That was a real Roman bust.
How?
Some old collector had a big house and he had all the stuff in it, and he died. And they're like, "What'd you do all this stuff?" I put it in Goodwill. And then some idiot put the priceless Roman bust in Goodwill, and someone at Goodwill was like, "Yeah, that's pretty nice. $35."
How much was it worth?
It's priceless.
Priceless?
It's an Indiana Jones level thing that people kill each other for.
So it's worthless.
It's worthless.
So it's completely worthless, and Belloc will
has
do
no
everything
price.
to get his
It's
hands on it.
Yes.
I've seen the movie. I
Yeah.
know what happens. You can't fool me.
Can't fool him.
Texas man allegedly burglarizes home, mows the victim's yard, and then escapes police in a foot chase.
I kind of feel sorry for the guy, but then I don't. I should probably do his lawn. real
Well,
quick.
what did he steal? Did they say what he stole?
His gas.
Maybe he felt justified when he took. He's like, "Oh, mow his lawn, so there's no hard feelings."
Texas man is on the run after being caught on home surveillance video, allegedly burglarizing a residence and running from the police, but not before he mowed the victim's yard back in front, according to the Port Arthur Police Department.
Maybe
So what if the victim? What if he hired this guy to mow his yard, and the guy was like, "I'm gonna rob you." Oh wait, I forgot. I kind of should probably.
The surveillance picked him up, getting the gas, getting some gas, filling up the tank in the mower, turning on the mower, and then mowing the entire lawn.
Well, so
Nice guy. He's a nice guy.
no. Listen, this is actually very, very smart. Other than being recorded doing it.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
the guy finds out you're not at home.
Yep.
He's like, "I'm gonna go to your house. I'm gonna try to break in daylight. I'm gonna try to make sure that no one around the neighborhood thinks I'm weird. So I'll mow his lawn first."
Did you do it first or after?
So it looks like
Yeah.
he's there to mow the lawn.
Yeah.
Because
as-
nobody sits there and goes, "I saw this weird guy just walking around your house."
Yeah.
Instead, they're saying, "No, there's
He's
this guy.
he's
That
the guy
you
mowing the
obviously
lawn.
hired him to mow his lawn."
Especially, did he dress like a lawnmower?
No, he just looks like he has a
Dressed
dark
like a
blue
lawnmower.
hoodie, white T-shirt hanging out of the hoodie.
So yeah, he looks like a
Yeah,
guy.
He's not.
who mows
He's not
lawns.
the most dap person.
Well, I mean, a lawnmower is not dap.
No.
But does he look like, is he wearing something that's appropriate for mowing lawns?
Yes,
Is
I
my
don't know.
question.
He just looks like a regular.
he's like in sweats. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, mowing lawns.
Lightning blows up toilet after traveling through apartment's building's exhaust vent.
Nice. They do that.
This has happened before. Yes,
Yeah. Just imagine going. Boom.
That's why you don't use the bathroom during a thunderstorm.
but what if? Imagine this happens to you,
You're sitting
and
on
you
it.
no, you're not sitting on it.
That's
but you
happened before, too.
really have to go. Really have to go. And somebody was just in there prior. And you're like, "Come on, hurry up!" And they come out, and you run in. Boom! You're like, "What was that?" You run in, and it's broken, and you can't use the bathroom.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to
And
do?
this was like right
Heartbroken.
after
What are you
you
supposed
ate
to do?
5 pounds of gummy bears.
This is now imagine you just ate 5 pounds of these gummy bears.
And you add that to the Amazon review, it makes it an even better Amazon
Yeah.
review.
You just gonna die.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are.
Suffer.
You gonna die.
It's a funny picture too. Is a toilet completely blown up. License plates approved and rejected in Florida. McNasty made it through. Mr. Poop did not.
Mick Nasty. What do you want on your license plate? Mick Nasty.
Okay. What about you?
Old fart.
No.
Hey, get out.
Sorry, can't do that one.
Old Nasty looks at him and is like, "I got you."
Looks like license plate like get some or McNasty made it through. While farts and Mr. Poop got blocked.
Oh, man.
Oh, poor Mr. Poop.
I want my cousin license plate.
Mr. Poopy Pants.
Man caught hiding under blanket to avoid police.
He was caught, though. It didn't
Yeah.
work.
It didn't work.
Oh,
You see a picture of him on the sidewalk with his bag next to him, and there's just blanket over him.
He's not even laying down. He's just sitting
No,
up.
he's sitting up in a chair, it looks like.
He's like, they can't see me. I can't see them.
Wait. I'm invisible.
It's worked when I was a kid.
That's true.
Yeah. He was arrested for trespass.
McNasty could never find me here.
Pennsylvania man facing driving under influence charges arrived at court drunk.
Whoops.
Oh. So like when you get, it's like a little while after you get charged for it, you go to court.
If you get a ticket, you're not arrested.
Right.
Even if you get taken into holding, you get bailed out. You have a court date, you come to court,
Yeah.
unless you do something serious and you're arrested.
So we thought, wouldn't it be funny if I got drunk before
I'll get real drunk. As long as he doesn't drive himself there, he's fine. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he drove himself right through the wall.
That's right.
I'm here. Well, thank you for joining us on another wonderful adventure through the weirdness of our universe and how things are.
That's right. We hope we changed your life in a small way.
Tune in next week because I have more Hollow Earth stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
I have some cool stuff. Wait till you hear about the concave Earth.
Yeah, but wait till you hear something better from me.
Oh,
That's
Max
right.
will have
What?
the best.
Good stuff, not garbage. Actual content.
You said you're saying the stuff you gave tonight was garbage?
No. I'm talking about your Hollow Earth garbage.
What?
I got a good one.
Yeah. What?
I got a good one for next time.
Oh, yeah. So,
It'll
guys, tune in
blow.
next week. It's going to be good.
It'll blow your mind if you're a Dragon Ball fan.
Thanks to our Patreons, navanjr, gilstronkulous, and thebigtine. You guys are legendary.
You are legend.
You're legend.
Come join us on, I was at Amazon. Come join us on YouTube. Come join us on.
Leave a review on Amazon.
Yeah, we got all the links. All the links you can
Of
follow.
course not yet, though.
Just follow us, please.
Yeah, that's all we need.
Yeah.
This video was brought to you by water. Go drink some.